This video is going to cover the balances on your account and how you can tell how much you're making or losing overall as an account and not just on an individual trade. So the first two most important numbers are always found on the position tab here, which is net liquidity and available cash or buying power. It's actually the same number for these two columns. When it comes to option trading, I'm sure other things are different. That's why they have it twice. But the net liquidity represents the number at this exact moment in time that you would have in your account if you closed every open position on every option contract you have out, every stock that you own, and anything else that's in the account. So even with all of these losses, if I sold them all and just went all to cash, this would be the value I'd have in the account. So even though all of this is red, I'm still up 2,700 in the account, and that would be a profit. The available buying power or cash, available cash, is how much you have available to place on option trades. If you were going to buy a stock outright, whenever you get approved for spreads and option trades, you actually get another perk, which is for every dollar that you spend on a stock, they're only going to require 50% of that out of your account that they're going to hold. So even though this is a $216 stock, they're only taking $108. So you can see my buying power for stock is twice the amount of buying power for the options. So that's just a neat little thing to know. The other thing that is important on here is your margin. The margin number down here is how much you have tied up in trades. That's not actually money out of your account that you spent on a trade, but it's the risk if a trade goes against you, how much the market or the brokerage thinks you could lose on a trade if it all just went against you. And they have very good calculators to figure that out. So under this More tab right here, there's a balances button over there on the left, and once you click on it or tap on it, it'll be over here on the recents. But this shows you all of your account summary things, and you can add more. I don't know of any others that you would want to add for what we do. You could probably take a bunch of these off. But the numbers that matter on here, of course, is the net liquidity, which is down here. The option buying power, which is that available cash buying power up there. How much you've paid in total commissions and fees year to date, which is really not going to be that bad at 65 cents a contract. I've done 3 months worth of trading in this account, and that's how much I've spent. And if you would take how much I could have made had I done a few things differently, it's about $20,000. So 700 on 20,000 would not be bad. The cash and sweep vehicle here, this total is how much you had before, or how do I explain that? That's the amount of actual cash in the account before you place the trades or as a result of placing the trades. So if you take the cash and sweep and you subtract your maintenance requirement here, the number you're going to end up with is your option buying power. So this option buying power is always going to be based on your cash amount minus how much you have in maintenance requirement. And also the I don't think I have any right now, but if you had just a normal call option or put option that you bought, that would be subtracted out of the buying power too. I don't happen to have any right now. But that's how you end up with your buying powers. You take your cash sweep minus your maintenance requirement, and that will give you how much you have to spend on new trades. I think that covers everything you're going to want to know on here. This margin equity is if you add this number plus that number, it should get that number, I believe. May or may not be right. Pretty sure that's what that does, but just knowing what net liquidity, available buying power, and margin requirement or maintenance requirement are the big things, and then you can check to see how much you've paid in fees if you care about that. It's just the cost of doing business for me.